What's up everybody, I'm Dr. Winters and we're back with another crazy video of all the crazy oral care dental videos you guys tag me in weekly. And today we got some crazy ones from a dude literally ripping his braces off with a spoon to a toothpaste that whitens so well it can literally turn your skin white. I'm telling you, these videos are crazy and they keep getting crazier, so let's just go ahead and get right into the first video, and guess what, you might learn something too. So let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, with the spoons? Really, you guys are using spoons now to rip off your braces? Well, I guess I should have realized that we're at that time of the year. It's summertime. People get acting a little crazy, you know, when they're on summer break. That some of you guys are going to want to let free from your braces gel, and you want to smile during the summer with all those pearly whites. And so unfortunately what happens is sometimes we have some crazies that decide to pop off their brackets. Now obviously you guys know I don't condone this. There's a lot of problems with this. One, you could damage your enamel. We use special tools to literally break the brackets so they just pop off. You can actually physically pull your enamel off by doing this, so please don't do this. Another thing that's obviously a big deal is, you know, you paid for these braces, they're expensive, and it doesn't look like he's fully done with treatment or anything like that, so just ripping them off means that you're gonna have to pay a lot of money if you want to get them back on, because we got to take the glue off, we got to use all the brackets, we got to put new wires. It is just going to cause a mess. And then number three, the biggest issue that I see with this is you have no retainer. So anything that you've done to fix your teeth, you get those off, what are you gonna do? You got a whole retainer making thing in your house that you're gonna, no, you don't. So now your teeth are gonna shift and go back to where they were, and all of that braces is for absolutely not. You know, I didn't even mention the fact that you have glue on your teeth now. How are you gonna get the glue off? You got a drill, you got a dental drill at home? Let me gather myself. Obviously, don't do this, okay? Let's see what the comments had to say. Oh my gosh, there's literally a picture that says, I already know that dentist guy gonna fit in a comfort, bro. I did not know that my face was a meme, but obviously 56,000 people decided that my face is now a meme. I didn't know. I kind of look like the Chomp Chomp guy off of the Mario, you know, like the little stones that drop. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, there's more of that dentist guy after watching this. And somebody else said that dentist guy's little girl crying. And I think my favorite comment is they fell off, because it's hilarious, because we actually do get people that rip off tons of their brackets and they're like, I don't know, I was just eating and they came off. Like, no, we know what you did. But regardless, even though that's funny, we're making a meme out of it, and don't do this. It really could cause some damage and really harm you in the long run. So if you really just want to get them off, just tell your orthodontist you're done. Talk with the parents, get it all finalized, and get them off the right way and get a retainer. Now this next video gets even crazier, because you know we do a lot of tooth whitening hacks on here and how to whiten your teeth and stuff, but I have never seen a whitening product that can do this. Let's go ahead and check it out. What was this whitening test? Oh, I got Body Excel. This is like the cheapest China crap. And look at that massive glitter in the toothpaste. You guys really want to brush with glitter? Talk about microplastics. What are we doing? What's the point of doing this? Wait, no. Oh my God, you're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, we just turned this guy into Michael Jackson. I don't know. This is insane. If you believe this, I got a bridge to sell you, okay? Because this is absolutely insane. You can kind of see the editing effects where they try and turn his skin from black to white. Come on, guys. And this also completely blows my mind that you guys fall for this, because this Body Excel toothpaste has been sold so much, and it's just a complete and total scam. I mean, they're literally doing crazy stuff like this. I would never be caught dead doing this with our toothpaste. Little fun fact, we have the best 10% nano-hydroxyapatite toothpaste in the world. So if you want a toothpaste that's no BS, where I'm not trying to do crazy gimmicks like this, maybe trust us, it's something nice. By the way, you can see our new rebrand of the packaging here. Isn't that so nice? Look at that. And fun fact is, there's actually that whitening strip with the green in it. It doesn't whiten your teeth, but it actually has, it's like, I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an A or something like that, but it actually is meant to just lighten your skin, like legitly lighten your skin. It doesn't whiten your teeth, it's still a scam, but it actually does lighten your skin, funny enough. I don't even know if I want to see what the comments said about this. Someone said, is this like self-reverse tanner? No, this is not reverse self-tanner. This is a scam. Someone said, bro, just switch teams. No, oh, come on. You guys are gonna get me canceled here. And then lastly, someone said, guys, it doesn't work. I have that toothpaste and my teeth didn't even get a little white. It didn't change my health at all. I'd rather have Hello toothpaste. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Something nice toothpaste is worth that. Yeah, all others are good. But regardless, what I'm trying to tell you guys is stop falling for scams, okay? Please, even if they do make for fun videos. And you talk about crazy things you can do with your skin or teeth or whatever. Well, this guy found out a secret talent with his teeth that I thought was pretty interesting. Let's talk about it. I just accidentally unlocked my tongue. What the? Is that the Squid Games theme song? I'm pretty sure that is. Let me listen to it again. It is. It is a squid can. Okay, so fun fact is I actually did used to have a habit of this whenever I was back in school because you can almost like feel it like reverberate through your head, but that's actually a very interesting reason why. You know, a lot of people think that your tooth is a solid object, and the reason why it can make this kind of hollow sound, and I know you guys are probably doing that currently right now while I'm saying this, but the reason is because your tooth has layers. It's not actually solid. There's a hollow part in the middle. So you have this hard outer layer called the enamel. That's kind of your protective coating. You know, kind of like a Tootsie Pop has the hard outer coating and the inside chocolatey center. Well, the inside chocolatey center is the next layer, which is the dentin, which is a little bit softer than the enamel. And then on the middle, there's actually a hollowed out area where your blood supply and your nerve is. And this is called the pulp. That hollowing goes all the way down into the root. That's why we call it a root canal. You can actually tap on it and that sound will travel up and sound kind of hollow in your teeth. Now, I don't know what games he's playing with the Squid Games. I'm not trying to be any part of any Squid Game tooth games because I can only imagine that those would be aggressive. That's funny. Somebody said, I tried to do this and forgot I had braces. Yeah, no, that's not going to work with braces on. You're probably just going to, you know, hurt your fingers. Oh my gosh, actually, there's somebody that said, hey, as a future dentist, I noticed you have a dead tooth. Sorry, in a way, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm practicing. I saw you basically design and examine, and then you have a dead tooth. Let me see if this person actually has a dead tooth. Oh my gosh, he does. You can actually see it at the very top. Well, now, actually, I don't know if he has a dead tooth or if he got composite veneers on these front four, but you can see his two canines are actually gray, and that's normally a sign of a dead tooth. But the fact that he's only got it on his canines means that he probably has composite veneers over these teeth, which are why they look kind of solid white and the others don't look. And that's because, well, it's a piece of glue on top of the tooth like a veneer. So, you know, it could be a lot of that. It could be a lot of things, you know, but more than likely he's probably just got some composite veneers up on top there. Either way, cool talent. Now this next video is a big warning for those trying to do some dentistry outside the United States. Yeah, we talk travel dentistry. That's right. A lot of these people go to Turkey, get some veneers, and one of the biggest things I see with these turkey teeth is this problem that this guy's got right here. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, there it goes. Veneer.
I popped out my veneer about 2 weeks ago and I have zero inclination to go back to Turkey. I'm terrified going to a dentist in Ireland because they have me to fuck off.
Okay, so first off, whoa, this is one of the biggest things that I see when people go get turkey teeth, and one of the things I tell them all the time is like, okay, you're gonna fly to Turkey, you're gonna get all your teeth shaved down if you guys don't know, and then he's gonna get these little veneers on everything, and you can see how small that tooth is when he removed his veneer. Like, that was a canine. That used to be a canine. That was a big tooth. Now it's this tiny little nub with this thing on it. But one of the biggest things I tell people is, hello, are you gonna fly back to Turkey every time one pops off? Or anytime something breaks, or you have any problems, or God forbid they put it on wrong and you get cavities underneath? So apparently this guy had it pop off. He didn't want to go see his dentist. He didn't want to fly back to Turkey, obviously, to get something glued back on. So what he did was he actually went and bought all the stuff to put it back on himself. So we're gonna go through and see exactly what he bought, how he puts it on, and see how much as he messes this up, because I guarantee you he's probably not going to do it right. But let's go ahead and check it out.
So this is all the shit I got.
Okay.
I got some light.
So he's got a light. Okay, that's in.
I got some glue.
Got the glue.
That's supposed to be the good stuff. Love that. I got etching gel. I don't know what that does. I got some applicator things.
Okay, so I got some micro brushes.
Some saline.
Etching gel.
I got some, I don't know, etching gel for the veneer.
Etching gel, yeah. Okay, so
oh my god.
The other stuff was like global blue or something.
I got some I don't know what the fuck that is. Some adhesive, some cheap adhesive.
You know what? It's probably not a good sign is when you're going through the list of items that you're about to glue on your teeth and you're like, I don't know what that is, but whatever. I don't know what that is either, but whatever. That's honestly crazy that you can just get all this off of like Amazon or whatever he got it off of. But anyways, let's see how he does. Okay, so first off, he's blow drying stuff dry. Probably not sanitary, but that's one thing. Okay, so he's putting the gauze up in the lip.
No, I can't see nothing.
Okay, yeah, good way to keep it dry. Definitely no contamination there.
Okay, I'll try with one. Now I have to etch my tooth.
Okay, so he's gonna etch the tooth. That is the proper procedure next.
So what is it? Phosphoric acid?
Phosphoric acid, that's correct. And if he gets that anywhere on him in a bad way, that can burn and literally chemical burn this guy. So what my thing is like, how long is he gonna leave it on there, and is he going to wash it off? Is the question. I'm gonna fast forward this into 2x real quick and see. Oh, don't touch it with your tongue. Okay, and he just wipes it off with a gauze. and dries it, which is really a bad thing to do. You really want to rinse this out completely with water because it could really burn you. But anyways, let's continue, see what else he does.
See through, and my tooth is quite yellow underneath.
Okay, so I'm assuming he put some bonding agent on there before, and then I missed it because it's just a long video. He's putting the glue on there now.
Just because I want to make sure it sticks. I put too much, but...
He put a lot of glue on there. That's going to cause a problem because that's going to squish everywhere in between. See, the problem is he didn't block off his teeth on either side. So that glue is going to get everywhere between the cracks, up and around, all that. So I'm interested on how he does it because he's not... Normally we use like wedges and bands and things like that to make sure that that glue is completely out so you can floss between it. And he didn't do any of that. So that's probably going to cause a big issue.
And then just tack it off.
Dude, you're not rinsing anything out. This is disgusting. Okay, so he's gonna light it, that's the worst thing you can do because now he has all that glue set in his mouth. He will not be able to get any of that stuff off between the teeth. Oh no. Okay, oh, he's going literally right next to it with the floss. Watch, he won't be able to get it all the way up. See, you can't get it.
So I gave it its tack light, which is supposed to leave it like malleable, but it wasn't, so I've just been like scratching out fucking glue back here.
You know what? I don't even need to see the rest of it. This is exactly the problem with doing this. Yes, he did glue it back on himself. I don't know if he put the right bonding agent on there before. I missed that part, but if he didn't put that on there, it's gonna fall off anyways. But the glue is now stuck between his teeth. He can't floss. It can cause problems with plaque retention and cavities. It can make it rot underneath the veneer. There's so many things that he did wrong, and so this is just another reason why I tell you guys, don't go do travel dentistry like this. Do it somewhere, at least in your local area that you trust, has payment plans or something. So if something goes wrong, it's insured. You can go back, you can get it fixed, you can do all these things. And please, if you're gonna at least pop something off like this, go to a dental professional to get it back on, because this guy probably just ruined that veneer, could probably break coming off. You know, he can't floss in between. There's so many issues here that could happen. So, you know, it's almost like there's a reason why we learn how to do what we do. I don't even need to look at the comments on this one. I'm done. All right, in this next one, you guys tagged me in this one so many times and said this girl has got the secret to veneer looking teeth without having veneers. And all it is a stick. A stick. Let's watch the video. Every day someone asks me if I have veneers. Oh, you just miswalking. She miswalking all over that stuff, isn't it? Alrighty, roll tide. I don't have a problem with the miswalk. Fun fact, it's a cool little thing. It's been used for hundreds of thousands of years in the Middle East. It's actually a stick. They bite on it, it turns into fibers, and they can chew it off, and then they can cut it, and then they can chew down. The purpose of cleaning your teeth is actually the most important part, is the physical removal of the plaque and gunk and tooth. Well, that is until our biotech toothpaste comes out later this year, but we'll get into that another time. You just be waiting for that. But anyways, the physical act of getting that plaque and gunk off your teeth is very, very important. And you can use a miswalk, a stick, you can use a toothbrush, you can even use your shirt sometimes to rub up on those teeth and get that plaque off. Any type of removal of that plaque is the whole reason why you're doing this. And so even though it cleans though, it's not going to whiten. So a lot of people mistakenly think that, oh, this miswalk or this crazy thing or whatever, there's so many scam products out there for that. And so while this is something that you can brush your teeth with, you can even use it with, some people use it with toothpaste and things like that, it's not gonna whiten your teeth. It may get some very light surface stains off, like if you're a heavy coffee drinker or turmeric eater or something like that, but it's not going to make your teeth look super veneery. It's not gonna change the shape of them. It's not gonna make them bleach white. There's really only one thing that can do that, and that's hydrogen peroxide, maybe carbamide peroxide if you want to put that in there too. That's why you need a whitening strip. Like we have our 10% hydrogen peroxide whitening strips, the LumiSmart strips, but you can use any whitening strip as long as it has hydrogen peroxide. That's the only thing that matters, is hydrogen peroxide. I'm interested though, how many people in the comments knew about what a miswalk was. So let's go ahead and check out the comments. Oh my gosh, the tea. Someone literally said, but girl, you posted your come with me to get veneers video and deleted it. Oh my gosh, so maybe the real trick was just getting veneers in the first place. Oh my gosh, this girl's getting roasted. Another girl said, right, it's definitely not the whitening strips you've been pushing since forever on your account. Ooh, you guys are burning them in the comments today. And literally somebody said, the Arab miswalk is in every Muslim household. We have this. And they're completely right. Like I said, like the Muslim countries and the Middle Eastern countries, man, they have been using miswalks for probably longer than we've had toothbrushes. Like legitly, I think they've probably been using it longer than the toothbrush has even been invented. So that's actually crazy. And someone said, fun fact, you can find these at the halal meat grocery store. Had no idea. So definitely not a problem with the miswalk. It's a toothbrush, basically. It's a natural toothbrush, and but it's not gonna whiten your teeth. You know, it's probably the veneers or the whitening strips you're using. that's gonna whiten your teeth. It's almost like I've been saying this for years. I don't know. I'm going crazy at this point. Alrighty, now you guys know we love routines on this channel, and people always want me to rate somebody's routine, and we actually found somebody, apparently this time had a braces routine that was one to write home about. So they all tagged me in and said, hey, tell me what she's doing wrong, because I know she's doing something wrong. So we'll see if she's doing something wrong or if she's doing something right. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, my braces oral routine. Okay, and she's got Damon brackets on too, which is nice. Okay, electric toothbrush. I like that she's, okay, the first thing I like is she's angling up and down on it. So the next thing that she's doing is she's water flossing with 50% mouthwash. Now, I actually don't have a problem-ish with this. The problem is that the alcohol, the sugar-free alcohols that are in most of the mouthwashes to make it palatable or sweet can clog up your mouthwash thing, your water flosser, you know, and same with ours too. You know, if you're putting a bunch of sugary stuff in here, it can clog up the insides. So if you are gonna put mouthwash or something inside your water flosser, then just make sure to rinse it out with water beforehand and run water through it after you're done. But other than that, I think it's a great way to get the product inside the areas that it needs to. Let's keep going. Okay, rinsing, all right. Ooh, we got some different flossers. Okay, so the first one is the purple little one. It's okay, it's good to get in between the brackets. Do not push it between the teeth, because that's how you can actually damage your gum tissue. And then, you know, personally, I like, she's using the platypus. I don't really like those. They're a little bit too long and wonky for me. That's why literally we created the best braces floss pick in the entire world. I do think probably by the time you watch this video, they may be back in stock. They could still be sold out, but I promise you those are gonna be coming back in stock. So they're the best braces floss picks in the world. They have tongue scrapers, they have rubber band hooks. They're amazing, way better than the platypus ones, I guarantee you. And then the last thing she did was a little opal pick. Not a fan of sliding things between the teeth. That can really damage and cause what we call black triangles. So not a fan of that. I would just completely get rid of that. Do the flossing and the water flossing. Other than that, leave the opal pick and the little scrub brush out of it. You can do that one, I guess, if you want to. Just don't stick it between your teeth. All right, the next time, now she's gonna mouthwash. I do like TheraBreath. I don't have a problem with that. Ooh, what's wax is she using? She is using Gishy Goo. Love Gishy Goo. An amazing, that's a low-key banger of a wax treatment for your braces is Gishy Goo. It's like these two little silicone things you put it together, put it on there. I actually really enjoy Gishy Goo. And then the last thing she's using is some Aquaphor for her lips, because she doesn't want them chaps' lips. You know, not a bad one. I actually give that one, I'm gonna give that one a 9 out of 10. That's a pretty dang good one. Just a little bit that I would change on that one, but still really, really, man, I should probably reach out to her and get her some of our braces floss picks when they come back in stock. Let's see what you guys said in the comments. Someone said this was me for the first week, then I got tired. It's true, man. It is a lot of work to brush and floss and do everything in between. That's why we try to make our braces products so easy. You know, something between our water flosser and the braces floss picks are super simple to go around and get everything done. It takes a lot of effort, but trust me, you do not want those dreaded white spots and cavities. Someone said the Aquaphor lip balm is literally a lifesaver. It's so amazing. You know, I forget, I talk so much about teeth related things that I literally forget that, you know, chapped lips is a real thing. You know, people get cracked lips and all this, and they, you know, a lot of time they're mouth breathing and all this type of stuff. So yeah, probably a really good addition to my braces routine. I need to start recommending to people some lip balm. Dang, y'all really hating on it. Someone said, you just got them on, didn't you? You know, it's almost like you're gonna be one of us soon. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna give up. Please don't give up. Keep brushing your teeth through your treatment, then promise they're gonna look awesome when you get them off. You're not gonna have any white spots, no cavities, and they're gonna look awesome. All right, so you got a gap. You hate your gap and you wanna get rid of it. Well, braces are normally the way to do that, but what if you did braces and then all of a sudden you stop wearing your retainer? Well, apparently this girl figured out a new way to do it, and it's a shame. Let's go check it out. Me, every time I see my gap coming back because I lost my water, what are you doing? What is that, a grill or something you put in my, is that sandpaper? What the heliante? What is you doing? Homie just wedged up sandpaper between her teeth to get rid of her gap? This makes no sense for a couple of reasons, because, well, obviously she had her gap closed, okay? And then she had the first issue, which is she forgot to wear her retainer, or she lost it. And so unfortunately your teeth move, and one of the biggest things that happen is when you have a gap, it's almost like you have a spring between your teeth wanting to shoot that gap back open. And so if you're not wearing your retainer, or you don't have a permanent retainer on the back of your two front teeth, then yes, that gap will shoot back open, especially if your lower teeth are hitting and jamming into it. You're just gonna open that bad boy up no matter what you do. Now, what she is doing is wedging something between her side teeth to push that gap closed. And now, that may close the center gap, but then the gap on the sides, now you're gonna have two gaps. You're gonna have two gaps on each side and then no gap in the middle. And then because you don't have a retainer, within literally like a day, it's gonna go back to the center again. So it's literally not gonna do anything. And if this really is sandpaper, you're literally wearing away your tooth structure in between, which you're making your teeth skinnier, which will create more gaps, and then your gap will infinitely get bigger. This is just a terrible idea. This is almost as bad as putting loom bands between your teeth. You don't want to get me started on the loom band trend these days. Anyways, I would probably say don't do this, but let's see what the people in the comments had to say. Someone got straight up a picture that just says, I love my gap. And that's actually true. Sometimes you just gotta own the gap. In fact, gaps are actually pretty familial, and your whole family genetic-wise has them. And so a lot of times you'll come in, the whole family line's got gaps. And sometimes they'll even fight about whether they should close their gap or leave it open when they're in braces. So maybe you should just embrace it, or literally embrace it and go back into braces and fix it. I don't know. Someone said, use 2 small rubber bands, you'll see results in the same day. Don't do that. That's actually a problem too, because what happens is they can go together and then the rubber bands slide up your tooth. And there's actually been people who have lost their teeth from this because the rubber band gets lost up and slides up their tooth root and they can't get it out. And then it ends up just basically ruining their teeth. And someone said, please girl, get another retainer. This is gonna mess up all the spacing and you're gonna have to do all the braces again. And that's totally true, because if they have a mold of your teeth when they were closed up, they can remake you the retainer of what your teeth looked like when you got done, and then you can force that guy in and it will actually close up the gap and get everything back the way it was, and then you'll have your retainer and you'll have perfectly spaced teeth the way that they're supposed to be. That's what I would do anyways if I was you. I know it sucks, you gotta pay a little money, try not to lose your retainer. That's probably step 1, but I understand it sucks, but that's their best option of what I would suggest you to do to get that gap closed. Now, speaking of saving money, this person said that their mom knows how to save money on toothpaste and has the biggest toothpaste hack they've ever seen, and apparently we just gotta watch it to see exactly what we got going on. So let's go ahead and see if this is really a hack that saves a ton of money or if it's just a bunch of BS. Let's check it out. My mom knows how to save lots of money. Okay, yeah, buy the $1 soft soap. Okay, gotcha. And then immediately empty out. Okay, waste $1. Step 1. Waste $1 immediately. Love that. Okay. All right, we're gonna rinse it out with water, obviously, because you don't wanna, I'm assuming, brush your teeth with. Okay. We're transferring the scope mouthwash to the bottle, and now we are putting toothpaste in the mouthwash. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right here. That's the first thing that I've got a problem with, is that she's putting toothpaste inside a clear container. And if you guys didn't know, the reason why our toothpaste is in a special box, the reason why it's in this tube is actually inside the tube. Shout out Zero Toothpaste, buy something nice, by the way, the best toothpaste in the world, you already know. But anyways, the reason why it's in this tube is because there's little layers, there's gas layers to be able to protect the toothpaste to have a long shelf life so it doesn't go bad, because if a light hits it, it denatures the stuff in the toothpaste that you need to make your tooth healthy, and it just completely makes it worthless. So putting it in here, I give it probably a week and this toothpaste is bad. So that's already not very smart. Okay, she's doing some baking soda in there, which, okay, that's fine, yeah. Throw in some baking soda. It's not gonna hurt, it's not gonna really do much else. Okay, we're putting on the cap. I think I know where this is going. You're just shaking it up and making a little toothpaste concoction. Toothpaste concoction, and then you just spread it right on there, and then you're just brushing your skin with it, not even brushing your teeth. Look at that. Okay, yeah, no, the only thing I saw there was how to waste money, because you wasted $1 of soap, you wasted some scope mouthwash, and you wasted the toothpaste that you put into the tube, because it's gonna go bad in a week because it's not inside of a tube. You're just leaving it out to the air and the light. That's gonna just completely make it useless in a couple weeks. So I don't think this is a good DIY. I probably wouldn't do that. I probably, you know what I would do is I would keep the toothpaste in this thing called a toothpaste tube, and then I would brush my teeth, and then I would use this stuff called mouthwash to rinse my mouth out with, and that's it. And you would have saved a lot of money doing that. How crazy is that, man? That's wild. That's wild. I tell you what, that's wild right there. Please tell me the comments have something good for me today. Someone said, how to save a lot of money? How to lose a lot of money? Yeah. Okay, so luckily the people in the comments are definitely a lot smarter than they used to be. Hopefully that's just because of all the education I've been giving you guys over the years. Somebody said, you American by chance? Oh, have we really gotten that low in the quality of our education system? Yes, actually we have. Yeah, the education system in the US has gone pretty downhill over the past couple of years. And somebody said, what about wasting the $1.74 soap? I know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know what? What does these days? Alrighty, and the last one is somebody that was trying to save all the money on toothpaste. Well, this guy, he doesn't care. He's gonna waste as much toothpaste as he wants because he's got a mission. And so we're gonna see what that mission is, and we're gonna see why he's wasting so much toothpaste.
I have a dentist appointment in 30 minutes, but I don't think it's gonna go well because I've been eating so much candy. So I'm doing whatever it takes right now to make sure I don't have any cavities.
Oh! Oh, it's so aggressive. And it doesn't even help. That's right. Where do I even start with this? Because obviously, I'm not even gonna lie, I did this when I was a kid too. My mom said, hey, just so you know, you got a dentist appointment tomorrow. And I said, ooh, I probably didn't brush my floss as good as I was supposed to. That's probably why I got, see all these? Those are silver fillings because I used to eat a lot of candy and I was a bad kid and I had, a bunch of cavities, which I haven't had a cavity since I was like 10 years old. I just want to point that out there. But I did have a lot of them. And every time before I said, you know what, I'm going to brush 45 times as fast as I can. I'm going to just brush them real hard and I'm going to use as much toothpaste as possible, thinking it did anything. But it doesn't, because the fun fact is you have a thing called calculus. And so that gunk and plaque that gets on your teeth, if you don't brush it very good, it hardens and it's impossible to get off after 48 hours. So you have this buildup of calculus. So it doesn't matter if you brush 40,000 times before your dentist appointment. When they go in, they're going to check for that hard calculus. And then they're going to say, ding, 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 ding. Oh, look at that. You haven't been brushing. And you're going to be like, I swear I've been brushing. I did my job. And they're going to be like, you can't fool us. And then they're going to use their little scaler and they're going to pop it off. And then you're going to go back to the same cycle you do every single time. So even though I appreciate the effort, you're wasting the toothpaste and it's not even going to help it. Now, obviously, the vigorous brushing and stuff, I've talked to you guys before about that. It can actually damage your gum tissue and cause recession. So maybe don't get into a habit of brushing your teeth super hard because it can actually hurt you more than help you. Let's check out the comments. Bro was putting toothpaste everywhere except his toothbrush. I'm not even gonna lie. He was all the way down on the handle. He was committed to the process. And someone said, you don't brush away cavities, which, well, it's kind of true and kind of not. I mean, if it's a very, very small incipient lesion, you can actually brush and floss and use a fluoride or a nanohydroxyapatite and remineralize away that cavity. But if it breaks through the enamel and gets, even bigger than a paper thin worth of cavity, no, you cannot. You cannot brush away a cavity. It will just continue to eat away at your tooth. But, maybe just don't even let the cavity form in the first place. And someone said, that's too much, bro. And that's right. I think I've had enough for today. I think I'm done. I think I'm done educating you guys on some videos. All right, there you go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate you. We're trying to get to 10 million followers, so I'm gonna need you to hit that follow button. I wanna have that diamond play button. I got the golds, I got the silvers, everything. We have some really cool products coming out with something nice, so I appreciate all the support on that. It's amazing. I promise you will love all of our products, from our toothpaste to our water flossers to our flossing picks to our whitening Lumi smart strips. It's all amazing, and it all goes to a good cause because you know what? We're trying to build the best oral care company in the world. If you see these two little things pop up here, that's because YouTube thinks you might want to watch them and you might want to subscribe to us. So I would suggest you do that because I'm a doctor and I'm telling you guys my orders. All right, anyways, I will see you guys in the next video and hopefully you learned something today. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.